So what we have at the oldest visual representation of Revelation really comes with a motif. Symbol that comes from that is the Alpha and the Omega, said at 3 times in the book, the last time in Revelation chapter 22, in which Jesus, the Son of Man, Christ, says, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. And this saying gets picked up in symbols and a motif that gets repeated throughout carvings, inscriptions, and shows up, of course, in icons of Jesus and mosaics and other representations as time goes on. So in the Greek, you have ego ta alpha kata ho, or o, hoprotos kai eskatos, earche kai totelos. So that same thing, you'll see the alpha and omega, you'll see the 2 letters that begin those words, then they become represented in the iconography alpha and omega. Note to all of you, I didn't realize this until I think a year ago, that omega is actually O-mega, big O, as versus Omicron, which is micron, right? So we basically have little o and big O. Omega is just simply the big one. But here in the lowercase is that what looks like to us in English a W, right? But that's really the lowercase Greek omega. And this motif of the alpha and omega is usually flanking the key rho. And by key rho, I mean what you see in the Greek, the letter key and rho. It looks like an X and a P in English. Those are the first 2 letters for the Greek word Christos, which is, of course, where we have the translation into Christ. So we'll have the symbol of Christ, the key and the rho, and you'll see that in just a second, flanked by the alpha and the omega. So in something like this, as a 4th century inscription within a catacomb, that's in Rome, the Domitilla catacombs, and it becomes this underground network of graves, burial sites. There's mosaics in there, frescoes, and then also carvings like this, in which you'll see the key and the rho, put together in that form, and then on either side, the alpha and the omega, possibly over an inscription that's commemorating somebody or inscribing in a verse, possibly. Okay, so we see this in this is the earliest motif that we see coming from the book of Revelation. You'll also see it in something like this. This is also 4th century on a plaque of a sarcophagus. Here we have a wreath and a giant key rho, and within it, within the bars of the key, is the alpha and the omega. You'll see it also somewhere further away in Egypt. This is now, we're moving into the 7th and 8th century. This is a stele in which you have a marker, like a monument of someone who has died. And I'm guessing plenes, that's the Greek inscription on the top, is the name of somebody. Iathros actually means doctor. So I wonder if that's the grave marker or a monument to this person who has died, named Plenes, who's a doctor. I'm just guessing here. But you'll see above it, right, the key rho, and on either side, the alpha and omega. And especially in funerary inscriptions, right, it is a reminder of what's to come, right, of eternity. So that is, of course, a symbol of hope, the understanding of eternal life, and of the Son of Man's triumphal return, and who's truly ruling the kingdom, right? And so that death will eventually give way to resurrection. So that, of course, is going to be a popular inscription that you see on the sarcophagi and on funerary inscriptions in the catacombs and in this stele.